in Nairobi. That's why we are here.
Singing the national anthem. Nani yote.
Together with the families of the victims of the Westgate terrorist attack. And I just want to say thank you. So many faces, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm gonna give the mic to the chairman, who's gonna talk a little bit.
I have to extend the greetings from our friends in Uganda, our friends in Somalia, our friends in Sudan, our friends from Ethiopia, our friends from Nigeria, Ghana, Mozambique, Tanzania, our friends from Africa, our friends from Norway, our friends from the rest of the world. But before that, Paul, on behalf of the Ugandan Association in Norway, karibu.
Asante, Bwana Makosi. It's an honor to be here in this solidarity as we show unity with our brothers and sisters in Kenya. Indeed, Kenya is a free world, and terrorism has no place anywhere. Not in Kenya, not in Uganda, not in Africa, not in the world as a whole. So it's an honor indeed. It breaks my heart that people who went about their daily business, some mad people could come and do what they did in Westgate. We stand with you, our Kenyan brothers. I have no much to say. Makosi, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Bonapol. Here is Jemo. Come. This is an African thing, you know. Welcome.
Thank you. This is going to be very impromptu. I didn't really know, there will be a commemoration for the dead in Kenya today. But as an African, I will wish to show and share my condolences with the family that lost their dear ones. And to all my sisters and brothers, please accept my condolences. It was tragic, it was cowardly, it was a dastard act, but hey, those are some of the things we face as human beings. Please accept my condolences. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we also remember, the same day, we also have to remember our brothers and sisters who fell in the line of fire from Boko Haram. So we also condole that. The next, Secretary, VC. Vice Chairperson of Akin, Rosemary.
Thank you. Mine I'm going to read. I've just been preparing a short notice, so yeah. Dear colleagues and friends, we are gathered here. We are all shocked by the tragic act of the terror that has been in Nairobi the last days. A lot of lives have been taken, and the lives of relatives and friends will never be the same again. Akin, Association of Kenyans in Norway, would like to condole with the bereaved of the families and those who have lost their lives during the unfortunate Westgate attack. We heard from the President of Kenya, Honorable Uhuru. He gave a speech and asked all the countries not to give any notice not to travel to Kenya. We need people to travel to Kenya. Kenya is a peaceful country and is calm. The Ministry of Tourism in Norway and Ambassador in Nairobi have not issued any restriction not to travel in Kenya generally. Me, as a Kenyan, I also have a company dealing with tourists, and we have tourists in Nairobi, and they are reporting that Nairobi is calm and peaceful. That's why we advise the tourists to proceed going to Kenya. Our thoughts today are with those involved in the incident, together with their families and friends, and the people of Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Akin Vice Chairperson. A little history about what has happened. That Saturday morning, terrorists entered a peaceful building, a shopping mall called Westgate Mall, armed with the worst weapons that could be imagined that morning, meeting children, women, men, young and old. They entered the mall. How they entered, we still don't know. We don't even want to know right now. But they entered the mall on a normal shopping day. Imagine Oslo City at 11 in the morning, between 11 and 12. And there's a program for children, a cooking competition. So many children are in the building. Then some man or some woman somewhere who has been planning an attack to do nothing but just to kill, to take innocent lives, enters the mall in Nairobi on this fateful Saturday morning, and they start shooting. Today we have flowers. At least you should be carrying one if you don't have one. Because we are not going to meet terror with terror. You don't meet violence with violence. If somebody slaps you on the right hand, you give them the left. They will go to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left until they will never slap you anymore. But on this fateful day, it started as something that somebody thought was just a balloon that had blown off. 4 days later, and over 1 week later, we are still mourning. We still have people in the mall. There are still some bodies that have not been found. The terrorists, yes, they want to scare us. As the vice person, chairlady said, no travel restrictions are necessary for Kenya. Has never been, should never be. Those who are issuing those restrictions, maybe they are living in a glass house. But this is nothing Kenyan. Kenya is a very safe country, just like any other country. It could be attacked, and it was attacked just like any other country. Those of you who were here in July
that year, you remember? We were hit here. It's very quiet and calm, but something happened here. It happens anywhere. It can happen anywhere. Now, if we issue travel restrictions, if we issue scaring information, then what are we doing? Yes, we are actually playing in the basket and supporting the terrorists, because what they want is to scare us. They want to scare everybody. They don't want us to feel free in a free world. And as we are mourning the lost, the sick are still healing in the hospitals. Some are already buried. Some are still not accounted for. We have to remember one thing. With love, cherishing peace, being accountable for what we do as an individual will bring us back to where we are. And I like the slogan that came up, we are one. Hashtag we are one. We are not one as one person. We are one as a people. We are one as human beings. It doesn't matter black, white, green, yellow. We are only but simple human beings. So now as we mourn these people, we should remember that for every day that passes, every prayer that we make in the morning and in the night, we should remember tomorrow is as important as yesterday. There are children who have been left down there. Their parents are gone. And then somebody was trying to bring up the issue of religion. This is a religious war. Who is fighting who? Just the other day, Sheikh was shot in Mombasa. He's a Muslim Sheikh. Who killed him? A child, 8 years old girl, Muslim girl, was shot in the mall. Several bullets. 8-year-old girl, Muslim girl. If these people were fighting a religious war, and you want to bring Christianity, all those other religions, okay, this 8-year-old young Muslim girl shot by a gun-wielding terrorist who somebody wants to claim is fighting a religious war. Now, how can they defend a Muslim gun-wielding person? I don't know whether the person is a Muslim even. The people who are talking about that don't even have the identity of the people who went in the mall to kill that day. But how can somebody defend that killing? A 36-year-old woman, expectant, 6 months expectant, expecting a child, has been shot in the mall. That is no religion, and we don't have a religious war in Kenya. Never, it has never been, it will never be, because we are one. And we have to fight it. If you talk to somebody at home, or somebody here, telling you how is it in Kenya, I hear there's a religious war. Ask them to define what is a religious war, because we don't have that. And it is not a war. 5 people, 10 people taking a gun and entering a shopping mall, cowardly. They are very cowards. I was saying the other day that I wish instead of going to the mall, they should have gone to Isili Air Base. They should have gone to the army if they are armed to fight the soldiers. Then we would have seen who has more armed power. But that is not going to solve our problem. It is not a border war. Somebody was trying to bring up the border issue. Kenya, Somali, Kenya, Uganda, Kenya, what? No. Because we have Kenyans in Somali, Kenyans, Somalians in Kenya. We are one, and we will remain to be one. A colleague of mine said the other day, you don't choose your neighbors. And I agree with him. You never choose your neighbors. You only have to learn to live good with your neighbors. And if you live good with your neighbors, we all know we need our neighbors and we need our friends. I send you greetings from the leader of the